మిత్రునాం బంధువం మిత్రులారా బంధువులారా వనకము స్వాగతము టు South Asia Maps. This is an education channel. Your presenter Dr. J. Reddy, Joggari Tirupati Reddy. Mitrana, today we are continuing our human ecology, human predicament series. Human ecology is a broader science. Humans on planet Earth, everything related to them, by a biotic and biotic environment, interactions with fellow human beings, etc. And this is part 139. The title of today's presentation is Ecosystem, Human Membership versus Human Dominance. If you take the ecosystem of the planet Earth, Mother Earth, what is meant by human membership on the ecosystem that used to be there maybe around about 10,000 years back before the dawn of agriculture? What is meant by human dominance? Today we live with 8,200 million people, 8.2 billion people, Homo Colossals dominating the planet Earth. You will get a very good clarity after this presentation. You will get a ecological paradigm viewpoint compared to old traditional outdated socio-political paradigm. This is the part 139. Mitrulara, this is our ecological human ecology predicament series. We are in part 139. The title of presentation is Ecosystems, Human Membership over Human Dominance on the Ecosystem. The previous presentations I have posted, and you can, here I am showing the list if you are not aware of them before, and you can access all of them at South Asia Maps J. Reddy. That is education channel, YouTube channel. There are around about 800 videos. I posted them in around about 75 playlist. You can pick and choose your choice. The title of the presentation: Ecosystem, Human Membership in the Ecosystem, Human Dominance on the Ecosystem. Ecosystem in general, a habitat. Habitat can be a region. It can be a tehsil, taluk, a district, a province, a state, union territory, even a country, a continent, entire planet. Earth is the habitat. Habitat is a natural environment where plant, animal, organisms, biota, they live. That habitat, that environment provides with those organisms, flora and fauna, all the amenities requirements to survive, such as food, water, shelter. It also provides a niche environment for the disposal of human waste products. The traditional pre-industrial human waste products are mostly the biological waste product like sweat and their biological waste products coming from their urinary extraction excretions or the uh, digestive excretions and so on. They're very easy to so. There are two types of humans on the planet Earth today that you have to understand before that is to understand what is a membership in a ecosystem, the habitat, and what is the dominance. The traditional human Homo sapiens, normal human beings, still there are billions of them, but mostly now humans are trying to become colossal, a dominant. Homo colossus is the term coined by Professor Cotton, William Cotton Jr., who wrote this very interesting book, Overshoot, very monumental, thought-provoking book, most influential book. Just like any other dominant species, Homo colossus as compared to Homo sapiens. The dominance means, membership means, if you remember here, I have put here the Homo sapiens here, the membership here. He's just a member. He's member like any other member in the habitat or wilderness. Here we have the habitat like a forest. There are many flora and fauna like chimpanzees and so on. He's just a member, a pre-agricultural human being like a hunter and gatherer whose requirements are very simple. His day-to-day life may be very hard also to get a food security where the next source of the food is coming, hunters and gatherers. So he is just a member. He has a membership in the habitat. He didn't make much changes to the habitat. The membership habitat dominance is not just numbers. Take, for example, ants will be there in millions or billions or quadrillions or quintillions. What those numbers I will show you in next. That means humongous number. But they are not considered the dominant insects because they will not make much changes to the habitat. They will not have much impact in the habitat. They are just members. Now humans, colossal humans, Homo colossals are very dominant members. That's called a dominant colossal. Homo colossal membership means the carrying capacity. When the humans or organisms lives on the habitat, planet Earth or area, the area is said to have certain carrying capacity. That means it can support that organism, flora and fauna, permanently. Carrying capacity has to be permanent. Carrying capacity surplus exists when a organism is just a member, surplus. Membership means characters are carrying capacity surplus exists, habitat is sustainable, habitat is very robust, not much damage is done to the habitat. Whenever organism lives in the habitat, it always makes the changes, the damages, but these are recoverable. So the numbers are less. They lives within the means like income. Whereas the dominant means there is a carrying capacity deficit. That means the habitat turns very hostile to the dominant species. It can no more support the dominant species. Dominance of an organism on the habitat brings fragility to the habitat or a nature or a niche. The numbers are enormous, impact is enormous. Now, Homo colossals are borrowing from the posterity. That is called diachronic competition. When you go and dig every day 100 or 90 MBL, million barrels of oils per day, you are borrowing from the posterity. The posterity, your children, grandchildren, will not have that ability to use that resource like minerals, metals, sand, fossil fuels, coal, and so on. So here I have depicted 2023, there is around about 8 billion human beings, roughly 580 in North America, 430 millions in South America, 42 in Oceania, Polynesia, Australia, New Zealand, like that broadly. The Europe, west of Urals has around about, if you say 700, Africa 1300 makes to 2 billion there, and the rest in Asia 4.8 billion, and so on. The way we have become a dominant because we have become colossal, gigantic resource consuming humans on the planet Earth. Among these 8,000 plus humans, now there are various stages of colossals, low level Homo colossals, medium level max. United States and industrial societies are high level Homo colossals that compared to normal Homo sapiens, that is the less resource consuming humans living in most of the African countries and Saharan countries, sub-Saharan regions, and so on. This happened, the dominance, our membership to dominance happened once humans discovered the one-time resource, historical energy, stored energy in the form of fossil fuels, coal, natural gas and oil. With that, they started rapid modifications to habitat and started industrial agriculture using the pesticides, fertilizers, urea, and so on, and weedicides that increased our number by tremendous amount of food production. That is the fossil fuel journey. Coal pits, oil wells, and gas fields. Today we are farming in addition to the farmlands, farming Gangetic plains and Yellow River basins or Iowa plains and so on. That means, let's say other animal, what is the difference between humans, other animals like a chimpanzee and so on? Other animals live as members, whatever the carrying capacity the nature gives. Here, a dog. Dog doesn't have the ability to enhance the carrying capacity. It cannot add its own members. It cannot add more than its biological needs a certain amount of kilocalories. Humans can do that itself is one of the major detriment for human beings today. That is the animals versus humans carrying capacity, how they differ. That is one of the reason why we have become the dominant species on the planet Earth instead of being the members. So here I have shown this a broader idea, the increase of our members, global human population milestones. You can look at them. 1818, 1 billion people present. 1919, World War 2 billion. 1974, 4 billion. Round about 2025, there are 8 billion. Humongous increase in number. These people, 1 billion at the time before industrialization started, were Homo sapiens. Now we have Homo colossals, the dominant species on the planet Earth. Remember, Earth is a very small place in the entire galaxy. That's here I put from the source Nile River to Mediterranean, Madhyadhara Samudram here. The length of the Nile is 6,666 kilometers. I round it up. And if you say from here again to the North Pole, again add the same unit from here to South Pole. That means from pole to pole here, this side you will get, if you make it like 18 or so, actually 20,000. Again, the other side 20,000. That means 40,000 square kilometers is the circumference of the planet Earth. Remember this 666, you will get it. Just trying to show that is a very small place. I have explained that in depth. Geographical areas made easy, part 17. You can look at that. The point here I am trying to convey to the audience is, if you use this simple formula, 4 pi r square, r is that 6666 square kilometers, you will get the surface area of the planet Earth, that is the ocean body is 360, the land body 150, that becomes 510. That means, to just say, that is a very, very small place on the planet Earth. What are these big numbers, millions and billions? I talked extensively. You can look at the series, that is 02 rice grains and chessboard playlist. Like standard kilo is 3 zeros, next mega is 6 zeros, giga is 9 zeros, tera is 12 zeros, peta is 15, and exa. That in other dictionary words is the millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillions. To say that ants and insects in a particular time may be in quadrillions, quintillions, but they're just members of the planet Earth. They are not the dominant species. That's what it is in this part I am trying to tell you. And did I miss anything? Yeah, so this gives the part, as we have become very dominant species, we have here eaten away all the carrying capacity surplus. And this is the donkey having a carrying capacity surplus, donkey collapse, same as the habitat. So here I have extrapolated that carrying capacity deficits. That means 1 to 2 billion people means, as just members, pre-industrial agriculture, they are the membership on the planet Earth. With 8 billion, now they have become the dominant species on the planet Earth, which the Earth cannot support. So before that, you have to have a clarity on Homo sapiens and Homo colossus, resource-consuming human being that we discussed elsewhere. So here this represents a very big person, gigantic person sitting on the entire globe, planet Earth. That is the human dominance of the planet Earth, not just human membership. That means, what does it mean? This entire planet Earth has a 510 units, million square kilometers area, 360 is the water bodies, and 150 is the land mass, among which like China and Canada, United States, west of Urals has a 10 units is 10 million square kilometers, and it has 8 billion Homo colossals now, which dominate the entire planet Earth. That means ecosystem previously used to have a membership for human beings. Now we have graduated or we have become a dominant species on the planet Earth. That's the major concern now. All the resource wars, the visa restrictions, recessions, all that the symptoms of this our dominance, and we have making the ecosystem less suitable for our survival. We have become giant resource consumer, depriving all the non-renewable resources very fast. That's the disadvantage of becoming dominant species compared to just members of the ecosystem. Change the habitat will be turn hostile to the survival of the existing species. In the next presentations, we look at the humans on the planet Earth. What is the pre-climax community like Homo sapiens? Current, not a climax community, that is the Homo Colossus. We will look at in the next presentations. Thank you very much, Mitranam, joining me today. And if you like these presentations, you can post your comments or suggestions. See you in the next presentation. Your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, South Asia Maps.